Greg Gutfeld isn't holding back when it comes to Diddy's alleged crimes. In fact, the host devoted an entire segment to calling out a CNN reporter who tried to get rapper Cam'ron to react to questions about Diddy.
CNN quizzed a rapper. The whole thing went into the crapper. So as the network's ratings sink, some guy named Cameron tries to sell a drink. Today's video of the day comes to us from the cable news nightmare known as CNN, where anchor Abby Phillip was interviewing rapper Cam'ron about the allegations surrounding P. Diddy. That's when Cam decided to chug a supplement and question what the hell he was even doing there. A common reaction from CNN guests. Roll it.
The reality is that while many people knew about Diddy's wild parties and some even joined in, a lot of them were unaware of the darker things happening behind the scenes. They simply went unnoticed by Diddy.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
It's inappropriate.
Get some
Inappropriate.
I think I speak for millions of old white guys when I say, what are...
I'll tell you after the show.
All right.
What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Yeah, Alan, I'll be sitting around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
Thanks.
Man, come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your time today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Of him.
Yeah.
I love that he thinks CNN has a talent agent. That network could put a cokehead to sleep. But why did he think he was asked to be on CNN in the first place? For his views on Benjamin Netanyahu? His analysis of the national debt? Sorry, when they want that kind of insight, they always go to Flava.
The host then spoke with Tyrus, a regular guest and wrestler who didn't shy away from calling out Diddy for the terrible person he's always been, stating that nobody believes his lies anymore.
This is the ugliness of the elites. When it's one of their own, they want to have a fact-finding team, and they're trying to find black men to come forward and try to support Diddy. There is no support. There's no one gave a damn about his apology 10 years ago, and you're apologizing now. You're talking about now you were on a tough time. You were spending all Biggie's money. What are you talking about? Like these individuals, they get caught. The question we should be asking is why did it take so long? Because it's not like that film sits in that hotel forever. Somebody had it.
Yeah,
this is the thing with the
definitely.
elites. They all like to play these games, and some of the things he's being accused of is disgusting. And you see a video like that, and then you bring somebody on, just another black guy who raps. Diddy never rapped, so you just brought a black guy on there, and he had fun with it, and good for him because he outsmarted them and he played with them. He made a fool out of them because they were trying to make a fool out of him. He made a great comment. He said, "You don't need to bring me on here to ask me if I was offended. I was disgusted. Nobody's going to be like, oh, that video, you have to understand how he was feeling that morning. No one gives a damn. He beat a woman, he got away with it, and now he's caught, and he's like basically saying, I'm sorry to the us.
Long before she met Doug Emhoff, she dated some prominent men, including in 2001, former talk show host Montel Williams. Back then, he was the famous one and had to introduce her to the paparazzi. Now, the whole world knows who she is.
That conflicts with making it harder to vote. None of that. Yeah. So when I see Kamala Harris, you know how she gets that little shoulder thing going? She goes, it's a democracy. Like, that's a point? What is like the thing?
This wasn't the first time Gutfeld made headlines for his comments. He has also taken shots at U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris for her ties to Diddy. Believe it or not, Harris is definitely part of Diddy's inner circle and is well aware of everything that happens at his parties.
Jay Z has knocked Trump, and Trump responded back. That's gotta kill Eminem. Apparently, Van Jones asked Jay Z about the low black unemployment rate under Trump. Jay Z responded that it's not about money at the end of the day. Isn't that weird? Pelosi, Jay Z, Eminem, all stupid rich. One says $1,000 is a crumb. Another says that a job isn't important for happiness. Why is it only the really rich say that? Because they don't need either. Well, except for Trump. He never says that. Maybe that's why he's president, and they aren't.
He would go to extensive lengths to hide evidence of this, like having Casey hide away in hotels for days while she healed. She recalls after one particular party in which Jay Z was named as being in attendance, she got a cab to take her to her apartment, but was so traumatized and afraid of Diddy that she had the realization that she could never tell anyone. Or Diddy discovered that Casey had a conversation with another music producer at a party in Los Angeles in 2009. Casey wanted to discuss her career with the producer. In response, Diddy abruptly removed Casey from the party and departed in a car. Despite the presence of Diddy's security team, the situation escalated beyond their control, which showed her just how loyal his network was.
I doubt the security team even like tried to stop it, right?
No,
yeah,
they definitely didn't.
Casey was expected to find locations, situations being frequent, sometimes weekly. He would become so intoxicated and belligerent during these situations. The lawsuit lists multiple locations where this, what Diddy referred to as our secret to Casey, would happen, including Trump International Hotel, the London Hotel, the Intercontinental Hotels, and more. Man. Hotel suites would be decked out with baby oil and Astroglide. Diddy would film these encounters, and even when Casey deleted the videos, Diddy would claim that he had backups.
Feds seized all of Diddy's surveillance footage, in addition to hard drives and phones. They want to know who was in and out of Diddy's planes and his homes. As Lil Rod's lawsuit alleges, they weren't just up-and-coming artists. These were celebrities, politicians, athletes, international dignitaries, and music label executives, all captured on camera in Diddy's compounds. CEOs from Universal Records to Motown Records allegedly sponsored these parties. Lil Rod says Diddy had compromising footage of every person at his freak-off parties. Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, claimed in a lawsuit that sometimes Diddy would be in the room and use his phone, laptop, and tablet to film these freak-offs, even adjusting the candles for better lighting. What happened at these parties stayed at the...
Gutfeld is ready to expose everyone connected to Diddy's crimes. He even suggests that Jay Z may be just as bad, if not worse, using his power and influence to take advantage of others.
A word or a sentence. Eminem. The best. Lloyd Banks. Cool. Tony Yayo. That's my boy. Loyalty. 50 Cent, the rapper. Still got it, man. 50 Cent, the television producer. Just get going. Future. Oh, talent. Nas. The best. Jay Z.
But he's not the only one calling out Jay Z for being Diddy's best friend and accomplice. The fact that Jay Z has suddenly gone quiet after Diddy's troubles is definitely concerning, isn't it?
Distribute, publish their own music. They was trying to bring their money together and do that. And what I know of is that, and Jay Z was a part of this, because I heard Shiv probably spoke on this too, that Jay Z and Puff had somebody write something up to say that they was trying to monopolize, get a monopoly on the industry and start their own distribution company. And they told the higher ups, and that's when all those companies start going down, start coming up with federal charges and all kinds of, things that's happened to them. You've seen it with Irv Gotti and them. You've seen it with Rockefeller. That's what I was talking about.
Jay Z has always had Diddy's back, to the extent that both of them would reportedly inform the FBI about other artists to eliminate their competition.
Who is Sean approved from the world of entertainment?
There's only one person.
Oh, go on.
And I call him Sean. That's Jay Z. We call each other Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Nobody else could call me Sean.
He's the only person who's Sean approved.
There's not a single person that
outside
should be,
of family.
That should be outside of my mother.
Okay, just.
They should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Sean.
From attending every party together and being inseparable to now being completely silent, it's pretty bizarre to see how the dynamic has shifted for these two partners in crime.
50 Cent is saying Jay Z is going to be exposed next after Diddy. So Jay Z had a close relationship with Diddy throughout his career. And 50 Cent pointed out that Jay seems to be missing after all the raids rained down on Diddy. Jay Z was allegedly named on Epstein's client list. Epstein is a prolific child predator who would serve up underage girls to the elites. Epstein would fly out his clients and the girls to a private remote island in the Caribbean where they could get away with it. And it's been rumored Jay Z had his own private island where the same stuff went down with Diddy. And we haven't seen the footage until now. And the similarities to Epstein are startling. It's in a remote part of the Caribbean and it has a landing strip. After Diddy's private jet landed in the Caribbean, it suspiciously went off the radar. So users are suspecting Jay's private island is where Diddy disappeared to, or at least hiding evidence. And they are also suspecting that this is where the hip-hop Predator ring occurred.
There have been all sorts of conspiracy theories about Jay Z's whereabouts and why he appears to have abandoned Diddy. But with Hollywood's elite, you never really know the full story.
Discussion about R. Kelly sort of like having like a harem or sex slaves or something, like because he's literally got these people who he's victimized around him that are dependent on him because he's used his resources to kind of block them off from the world and make sure that everything that they want or need is wholly dependent on him. That is sort of a side to this story that often a lot of people are missing, and something that a lot of people don't necessarily get when they think like, oh, well, you know, why don't you just leave or why don't you just go? Because, I mean, obviously people who are in R. Kelly's position make the process of that really difficult or scary. Since this series came out, artists who have worked with R. Kelly over the past have been stumbling over themselves to basically be, oh, I collaborated with R. Kelly and it was a mistake. I didn't mean to do it, or it was a bad idea, or blah, 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 blah. Stumbling over themselves. Like, everybody's like in a race to be the first to, sort of disavow their R. Kelly collaboration. But one person who has been eerily silent on it is the person who has really collaborated with him the most and incredibly closely, and that's Jay Z. He's put out 2 full-length collaborative records with the guy. But what's kind of weird and concerning about the Jay Z R. Kelly collaborative timeline is they come through with this record, The Best of Both Worlds, in 2002, and then Jay Z separates himself from R. Kelly a bit once the allegations surrounding the child porn and the PP tape are in full swing. But then once R. Kelly gets through all of that, Jay Z sees no issue with collaborating with R. Kelly again on another full-length album in 2004. So, I mean, you know, Jay Z was working with R. Kelly during a time when the allegations against him and the freakiest and the weirdest instances of what he was doing were at their, like, peak of public scrutiny. And
but then again, Jay Z isn't shy about stepping back when he sees his own career at risk. Many believe he did the same with R. Kelly, and some speculate he's now giving Diddy the same treatment.
Like, he wouldn't be 50 if he didn't have his own documentary. He is so excited about this, or docu-series coming out about Diddy.
Did he do it? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. It doesn't say what it's called here. But the sources told TMZ that 50 Cent planned to do one. 50 Cent G-Unit Film and Television Studios is producing a multi-part. And apparently multiple networks and streaming platforms had a bidding war to distribute the documentary. But in the end, Netflix won. And there aren't any details about the docuseries specifically being reported, but we won't have to wait for long, is what has been confirmed. 50 confirmed the news with a post on Instagram. Of course, he is joking TMZ because their documentary went to Tubi.
Yes.
And
nothing wrong with Tubi though.
Nothing wrong with Tubi.
Yeah. It just looked like it was on Tubi.
Oh no! What you mean? It was definitely on there.
I know, but it just looked like it. Like, it looked like a Tubi documentary.
Yeah, I was shocked that TMZ made it so Tubi.
Yeah.
Like they did it like that. I'm like, that's because they rushed. I felt like they rushed and put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 50 Cent said, "It's okay, guys. We're all making good television. Mine just happened to be the best. Netflix wins the bidding war, but if more victims keep coming out, I'm gonna need more episodes." So he is so.
And I remember 50 kept saying the name of it was gonna be called "Diddy Do It," but I mean
that wasn't confirmed though.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, okay. But I mean, after the tape has been out, the tape is out now. So clearly,
yeah,
he did it.
Clearly he did do it.
Or that part of it.
Yeah. So we should be looking forward to the docuseries, Netflix.
So what's the one name that has surfaced almost as frequently as Diddy's in the entire sex ring saga? It's not Christian Combs, though he comes in a close third. It's actually Diddy's longtime best friend and collaborator, Jay Z.
Nobody acknowledged what was going on between her and Mr. Carter.
Because she was 15.
She was 15, and everybody knew it. But see, this is the thing. Back in the 90s, there were a lot of older dudes who slept with younger women. I had a kid at 16 by a man that was 10 years older than me. Damn. Which goes to show you how much things have changed from the 90s to now. But then you got to think, you go back 20 years before that, 20, 30 years before that, and 40-year-old men were marrying 13-year-old girls. Never forget, I had heard we were on South Street and she had went in Missouri. A friend of mine, my friend Mike's store, and she was acting a fool, and they did everything they could do to get her out of there. And one of the women that worked in there, she was like, she doing all of this shit, hoping that Jay Z will pay her some mind.
Wow.
And they were just talking about how she was acting out to get his attention. And then she got into it with Kobe Cole at Power 99, called up to the radio station, cussed him out, and told the whole radio station, do not play no New York records and this, that, and don't play no, and she said, and don't play no this record, and she said, and don't play no. Sean Carter was on the phone within an hour saying, if you pay any attention to anything she's saying, it's going to be, we'll handle her. Please keep playing these New York records. Wow. But this was a grown man with a very, 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 very naive girl. I'm not saying that she wasn't a city girl, but a 14-year-old girl mentally cannot contend with a 28, 29-year-old man. Period. Period.
She didn't have a chance.
Not at all. And I think people don't realize when he started better dealing her, because I think she thought she was going to be the one. I really do.
Like they'd be married.
Yeah, I think she thought that.
Oh, wow.
Jadwar Wright is one of the few in the industry who has consistently called out Jay Z and Diddy for their alleged crimes. She firmly believes that Jay Z is involved in Diddy's sex ring and has been abusing minors throughout his career.
Now, you had said that you felt that Beyonce was a prisoner. Because I always heard their relationship was put together. Like it was a business. So I did hear that.
Him and Matthew Knowles had a deal and
Not only is Jay Z accused of abusing women he's had affairs with, but he is also said to have ruined Beyonce's life. He's used her fame to advance his own career while consistently cheating on her.